Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my one block world. And yes, your eyes are correct. They are not deceiving you. I do look a little bit different than last video. I got my armor back. Oh my goodness. I feel like we've been working on getting this armor back forever. It's really only been like 2 videos, but it feels like it's been forever. And I now have full armor, enchanted, better than ever, netherite, and in this chest right over here, I now officially have all of my tools back once more. We have our Silk Touch and our Fortune, and life has never been better. I will in the future maybe make like a good bow or something, a good shovel, but for now, we're finally back to where we were before we fell over the edge of this world and all the way down. And I feel very excited to get started on this next project because before our untimely death, we were working on getting a bunch of these villagers, which are kind of just all chilling in here, because we wanted to set up an iron farm. Now, we've got the villagers. We have more than enough villagers, in fact. We have more than enough villagers. This guy will one day become our villager for golden carrots, so he has to kind of stay separated from the herd a little bit. You do not have anything I'm looking for. I'm still looking for any way of getting black dye, but we have our villagers now, and I'm excited to potentially start building a farm. Now, do I have the materials to build this farm? I have not even a little bit of an idea, because I have yet to try it. But I think if we just get to building, we can get a whole lot of work done. I think it'll also be easier because I'm planning to use the old squid farm that never really worked within this project. So I'm hopeful that it'll be a little bit quicker, but I think we might as well just get started with this project and see how far we can take it today, because I do think it'll be a little bit of work. If you're wondering how I got access to so many cooked pork chops, the nether. The nether has been awesome and it's been incredible. And yes, that is everything that you need to know about all of that. Now, usually mob farms like these are built in the regular Minecraft world where I would be able to dig down to the structure that I need, but because obviously I cannot dig, and I will instead have to build the entire structure. So we do have a platform up top that we need, which will be a 9x9 square, 2 blocks high, followed by a 30 block downward like tunnel like this one. And from there on will be the structure where the mobs meet their untimely demise. But we do have a structure at the bottom of this. I think I might just build from the bottom up and see how far we can get. But we are going to be reusing this platform because otherwise I fear we shall never, clean this up. And it doesn't work, so I think we need to accept our losses and just go ahead and delete all of this beautiful hard work. So for now, let's get this water gone, and then we shall see what we can do from there. But hopefully we're all ready to see if I can make yet another mob farm. The first mob farm of the year, honestly, quite excited. I think an iron farm could be a really good skill to learn. And I'm happy because I got my armor back. So let's get to the bottom of this and let me try and figure out, based on the tutorials that I'm following, how to reverse engineer everything that I'm currently trying to do. Alright, do I know what I'm doing? Not particularly, but based on my calculations, I want this ladder to be about 7 blocks away from where I start building, which is 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is where the 9x9, which is in the sky, will be. And within that 9x9, we are going to have a 3x3. So let's clear out this area and see if I can just kind of figure this out, because I am doing it backwards from the tutorial that I'm following, because they of course start at the top and then dig their way down. But since we have nowhere to dig, that is not possible for us. I do believe this platform might be exactly 9 blocks away from here, which could be perfect, but I also am not too sure. So let me just clear out this space and we'll see how far we can get. And now here you see me destroying hours of work. Actually, it probably wasn't hours of work, but definitely so many materials worth of work. Like, that is so many hoppers for this squid farm that never worked. But at least if I ever need hoppers for any project in the future, I will definitely have a stockpile of them. So as you can see, I have cleared everything out that was around here but did not need to be around here from the old farm. I have also placed down these half slabs to kind of spawn proof everything a little bit. We do have the torches up, so I don't think anything really would have spawned anyway, but I didn't have enough torches here to spawn proof everything, so I thought better safe than sorry. These hoppers are connected to these chests, and these will be collecting our iron that is going to fall all the way from the top. So right now there's nothing to do but build the little drop down, which is like this one, 30 blocks up. So I guess without further ado, let's get into this building. I will say, having done a build like this once before definitely did help me figure it all out, and I think it went a little bit smoother than I thought it would. Wood is a fun word there because, as you can see, I'm building this structure out of wood because it was the material I just had most access to that wasn't expensive, like dirt. I will mention it later, but I do actually need lava for this build to burn the iron golems. And I do change the bottom of this to not be wood and instead be a stone. But it still actually goes horribly wrong, which has actually happened all outside of this recording, and pretty much everything I built did burn down, so I did have to build everything twice, but I do think that's a good learning lesson for myself, that sometimes maybe you shouldn't build stuff from wood, and you should actually do a little bit of thinking before you start building. But honestly, smooth process the first time I had to build this, and honestly pretty smooth process for the bits I had to rebuild a second time, which is the majority of this little drop down and just a little bit of the general area that the iron golem spawn in, but maybe wood isn't the best choice for this build. So this should be 30 blocks. I didn't think of a way of getting out of here, I've now realized. Yeah. I did not think I would survive that for some reason. Oh my goodness. I guess feather falling really is better than I thought. This felt like the safest approach because even if I did die, my stuff would be picked up by the hoppers and not fall over the edge. But the fact that that didn't need to happen was even better. Okay. Now, the main part is build. We are going to need a couple more building blocks, it does appear to see, but this will eventually have some lava here, which does mean I'll have to replace some of these blocks with some actual stone. Also another thing I hadn't considered. But for now, I think we can kind of go up. And mobs are spawning up here, so I might wait a couple minutes for the daytime to truly hit, and then I guess we can get continuing with our build. I don't know, the next part is going to be a little bit more complicated, I do think. We're going to need a couple more building blocks for sure. I'll try not to talk too much over the lovely sounds of glass breaking, but this was the platform built for the original squid farm, and it was just a couple of blocks too tall, so I did have to get rid of all of it, which luckily is sped up for all of you here. And I then decided to start making the platform that the iron golems will spawn on, which is pretty much the exact height I already was building this general bridge at, so that was pretty nice. I didn't have to, you know, build down with the water. Now, as I mentioned in the start, this is a 9x9 box that they will spawn in and a 2 tall block wall, so that's the basic structure I'm building here now, and luckily this was pretty simple. Alright, it took a little bit of time, but we got ourselves a 9x9 box, which is very important because if we go right to the center of this one, which is where you'll find our hole down to the bottom, everything is about to start working. But let's, for right now, keep ourselves a little bit of a pathway clear to get out of here. We're gonna have to build some more around this area, so not to worry, it will get built on more. But first things first, let's make ourselves a quick little infinite water source, because we're about to need 4 buckets of water. And rather than running back and forth to my water place, let's just make ourselves a quick little infinite water source, because we're gonna need it. Okay. 1 and 2. Now with these buckets, if we place them right into the corners of this 9x9 square, which is why it was important that this was 9x9, you shall see that the entire surface of this little box is now covered in water, except for this one center block, which once again is important. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. Oh, not over there. Don't worry, I will grab that. And then we are going to open every single one of them. And then we are gonna get rid of these. Nope. Oh my. Actually, maybe I'll keep that one there for right now. No, let's get rid of it. Okay. And we're going to attempt, without falling into this water, there we go, to get rid of these blocks right under here, which, as you can see, leads us into this little drop that we have created. So when the iron golems spawn, the water that is just everywhere around here, let's see if I can get that last one. I don't think so. We'll push the iron golems into the center, and at that point they will fall down and go into the killing chamber, which is very important. So this is now done. So now we just need to get iron golems to start spawning around here, which is going to be the next step. I have to build little areas for villagers to spawn. Let's see if I can figure this out. All right, so we go 1, 2, and then on the third one, we remove 1, 2, 3. Now, obviously, as I have mentioned a million times, this is usually just done in a world where there is already, you know, blocks here. So me having to place this wood is a little bit confusing. But we're gonna actually, I'm gonna do this in a different direction. Hold on. We're gonna do it in this direction. And then we're gonna have to repeat this in all 4 directions and a bunch more steps. But I think we'll just see how far I can get and see if I can explain it as I'm doing it. All right, so I have this 3 block long gap that has now been made 7 blocks deep. Don't ask me how I did it. It was absolutely a nightmare and terrifying, but it has now been completed. And now we have expanded this space to be exactly this size. And it is only getting more complicated from here, but this will be the chambers, like I said, where our villagers will be. And they will also out here be scared by zombies, so we will have to get both villagers and zombies into these areas. But for now, let's just focus on building the area and worry about the rest of all of this stuff later. I do think I'm gonna have to go on a mission to get a whole lot more wood, but that is also a problem for the future, I do believe. Let's see what I can do. Just like so. This will actually be our way out of here. But this does need to be closed off for now. If I can manage it without falling to my death. I'm terrified right now. I thought I had mainly gotten over my fear of, you know, heights in this 1 block world, but this project in particular has been absolutely a nightmare. And now we have our way down there. In theory, I have to repeat this on 4 sides, but let's just finish setting up this 1 room and see how we go. And to set up the room, we need 3 beds, just like this. Then we are going to need to temporarily replace this wall. And grab ourselves some of these guys, which go like this. Okay, you want them at the top of the block, and then this guy also at the very tippity top of the block. Yes, like this. And then we delete this wall, of course. This was only here temporarily. And we place... Oh, I forgot to grab 1 thing. That's okay. We can craft it. And then we grab ourselves 1 of these as well. And we place 7 torches. And our boat. Right here in the center. There we go. Okay, and now this little area is complete. All right, I have in this time built 2 of the areas that I will need out of the 4. And now we are doing 1 part of this process that is going to take a little bit of a while, which is bringing 3 villagers per room over here. And it's important that we do this kind of as we go because we need to do the next step at nighttime. So that's why I'm kind of bringing them now. Unfortunately, nighttime is falling. So I don't think I'm going to get this first room done before nighttime. But essentially, we put these villagers near this opening which has the beds. And on top of this opening, we actually place 3 more beds so that when nighttime falls and we let them out of their boat, they hop into their beds. And then if we break their beds, they will fall down into the hole. So that is currently what we are working with. We now have 2 of the villagers here. Like I said, we have 1 hole here, and the second one is over here. We will be doing 2 more all the way over there. But I hear phantoms, and that is a terrible, terrible thing. Actually, let me just break this bed for now. Because I think me sleeping right now is more important than anything else. Because I cannot run over these shallow little bridges with phantoms trying to end me. Okay, I think we've got this figured out. All right, I now have a zombie ready. We're trying to get him into this little hole. If you'd please. Perfect. Please stop hitting me. Thank you. And now he should be well on his way to going to the villagers. Perfect. In the time it's taken me to get this set up, I did fill the second one with villagers as well. So let's quickly go get a second zombie. And then we have a couple of steps left to do. I do have 1 more area to build. I also have the bottom is yet to be done. I kind of forgot all about that. So we'll work on that as well. And it only needs, you know, a little bit of lava and stuff so that iron golems will be automatically dealt with. And then this build is almost complete. I'll have to spawn proof some areas because as you can see, kind of over there, sort of in the corner of my screen, the in-between areas are kind of spawnable right now, which we do not want. But other than that, this build is almost done and I'm very excited to see how it will work. So let's get this guy in here as well. I do have to fix a couple of things really quickly. There we go. And let's see if I can do this in one go. Nope. And that's terrifying because that's like right by the edge and I hate it here. And I might just have to get him back into a boat because I don't think I can deal with this. Okay, let's expand this area a couple of blocks. Give myself a little bit more space to work with. Oh, that skeleton better not start causing issues for me. Just a little bit more space to run if I need. But let's get this guy just set up a little bit better. And then let's do it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Whew. Let's see about finishing off the last ones and getting it all set up. Actually, let's just set it up at the bottom right now. We've got the time. It's nighttime. Alright, let's see what I can do. So we are going to need some sort of signs, which we should be able to craft relatively easily. There we go. I believe we need like 9. Then we have to replace some of this. I'm gonna do like the, I don't know how many layers, but with a non-flammable material, of course. Nobody likes to redo work they've already done, but if only I had thought a little bit more about actually how many blocks I needed to break, then I could have avoided doing this whole project a 3rd time. But you know what? Sometimes that's just the way it is. Oh my goodness. I was almost 1 block short. Luckily we've got some slabs, and I probably would have had some stuff in here as well. But now that this is non-flammable, let me place some of these signs. Let's just place them nice and easy. And the last 3. Now for some reason, don't ask me why, signs, though consisting solidly of wood, do not burn in Minecraft when placed near lava. So that should be fine. So let's quickly grab our lava, fill it in, and then we should be almost ready. And let's place the lava. Let's see. Hopefully it spreads and I don't die and everything is awesome. Perfect. Okay, so now this is all fully set up. I will now get to building a whole another last little exit or area, setting it up with both of these up with 3 villagers and 2 zombies, and then it'll finally be done. I guess this will be it for me for today. But this is probably going to take me another while longer, but honestly this is kind of a fun farm to make, I will not lie. It takes a lot of work, especially doing it in a skyblock like this, because I can't dig any of the rooms, I have to fully design them. But nevertheless, I do think we're having a decently good time of it. So if you did enjoy this video, definitely feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Any tips or tricks, as always, are very welcome. Hopefully this farm works, but if you can already tell maybe that it doesn't, definitely let me know and I will attempt to work on it later. Like I said, there's a couple of improvements I do have to make, but I think the general structure of it is done. So I guess I shall leave you all here, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye!